Dramatic earthquake in Myanmar and collapsing buildings in Bangkok. How is that even possible? Let's dive into how earthquakes happen and how their effects spread so far. Imagine the Earth like a giant onion. Yes, an onion with multiple layers. The top layer, where we live, is called the Earth's crust. But here's the catch. This crust isn't solid. It's broken into massive puzzle pieces called tectonic plates. These plates move slowly all the time. When a tectonic plate moves or collides with another, it creates stress along the cracks. Sometimes this stress accumulates over many years, until the force is so strong that suddenly, in an instant, the plates move, causing shaking, an earthquake. The enormous force of this sudden movement makes the ground vibrate and moves everything around us. Think about pressing down on a spring really hard and holding it there. Eventually, when you let go, it snaps back with force. That's exactly how earthquakes happen. Over years, pressure builds up along the edges of these plates, and suddenly, bam, they move, releasing immense energy that shakes the ground. But why does an earthquake in Myanmar cause buildings to collapse in Bangkok, hundreds of kilometers away? Imagine dropping a stone in a pond. Waves spread outward in all directions. Earthquakes work the same way. They send seismic waves rippling through the ground. These waves can travel huge distances, shaking buildings far from the epicenter. We, as humans, cannot control earthquakes. They are natural phenomena. However, scientists continuously study earthquakes to understand how we can prevent damage or prepare better for them. So, if you're wondering, how can we know if an earthquake is about to happen? Well, that's the biggest problem. We don't always have the ability to predict them, but there are instruments called seismographs that can sense and measure earthquakes in real time. Earthquakes are part of our planet. Nobody knows exactly when one will occur, but when it happens, we can feel the powerful strength of nature. Ever wondered how scientists measure the strength of these shakes? They use a scale called magnitude 2 to 3. Tiny quakes usually unnoticed. Magnitude 3 to 4, small shakes felt nearby, but no real danger. Magnitude 4 to 5, noticeable shakes that might rattle you but rarely cause damage. Magnitude 5 to 6, strong earthquakes, potential for structural damage, like cracks and falling objects. Magnitude 6 to 7, powerful shakes that can severely damage buildings and cause panic. Magnitude 7 to 8, very destructive, causing widespread damage and injuries. Magnitude 8 and above, catastrophic, capable of dramatically altering landscapes and devastating entire regions. Here's a surprising fact. Each step on this scale represents a massive jump in strength. So a magnitude 6 isn't just a bit stronger than a 5, it's exponentially more powerful. If you are caught in an earthquake, knowing what to do to stay safe is critical. The safest place is an open area, but if you're inside a house or building, wait until the earthquake stops and don't try to run outside during it. It could be more dangerous, as there's a risk that structures or objects might fall. Take shelter under a table. If possible, find sturdy shelter like a table or countertop and lie down or crouch underneath. This protects you from falling objects. Stay away from windows and doors. Avoid getting near windows, doors, or easily movable objects. They might shatter or fall. If outdoors, stay in an open area away from buildings, trees, or power poles. These could collapse or explode. Never use elevators during an earthquake. They might get stuck between floors. Always use stairs. Wait until the shaking stops. Try to stay calm and wait for the earthquake to end. Don't attempt to flee during the shaking. Once the earthquake stops, follow instructions from authorities and carefully check your surroundings. If aftershocks are likely, avoid staying in dangerous areas. Remember, earthquakes are powerful reminders of nature's strength. We can't predict them precisely, but scientists are working hard to understand and prepare better. Have you ever felt an earthquake? Share your story in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe and hit the bell button. We'll be sharing more updates about the earthquake as it evolves, along with more fascinating weather-related stories. Share and follow us for more explanations.